So I'm Rafat Malik, I'm the Dean of STC Academy. The reason why I'm here at the ASHRM conference, a lot of our STC staff, particularly in HR, come here to actually learn from others and experience new ideas and interact with other professionals in the region. I think the other reason also is that we are playing a part in transforming not just a company but a country. So forums like this help us to enrich our knowledge base, but also connect in with other people in value chains that are trying to do similar things that are above and beyond what most corporate organisations do. The talk was all about the intersection between technology, behaviour and purpose, but really in the context of an increased population in the world, a rapidly transforming market, and also a lot more intra-connectedness between corporations, societies and global environments. So the idea was to get across themes to HR professionals that perhaps they haven't really been thinking about in each one of these particular areas. The reason for this is that as HR evolves into a new way of working with employees and also attracting talent, they're also going to have to be quite conversant in these themes. So, for example, quantum computing, digital technology, creating a digital workforce, these are themes that really have just bubbled up to the surface quite recently, but are critical for HR being a fundamental part of the strategy of any organisation to start to get right, be more conversant in, and also create new ideas from. I think what excites me the most is that it's absolute green field for innovation. Technology can play a role in many different facets, not just from the development perspective, but actually how, for example, using artificial intelligence in assessments, creating customised, tailored, personalised career pathways for people, development programmes. I think the other thing that excites me the most is that seeing HR professionals learn something completely new that perhaps 5 or 10 years ago they thought they wouldn't necessarily have to learn about. But it opens up complete scope for innovation, it opens up complete scope for generating new IP in this area. That's what excites me the most. We live in an experience economy today. Every interaction that every organisation or corporate has with its markets or with its employees is an experience. We are measured, we are rated on the experience that we have. So as we start to build HR capability, we also have to get them to think about the interactions and sometimes the minute details to the real macro details of that experience for a fresh grad or perhaps an executive that's joining a board. The reason why it's become so important is not necessarily because of HR or of organisations, but actually the populations and the customers demanding this. It's frankly their right to have a wonderful experience in whatever interaction they have with any organisation. And it's a right of every employee to have a good experience working in a good working environment. So from an HR perspective, creating experience economy or experience process for their employees is actually, I would say, about 60 to 70% of their job. I don't generally go to HR conferences, I don't really come from an HR background. I have to say, the interactions that I've had from the speakers here have been rather interesting. The conversations have not been about HR, they've been about business strategy, they've been about market forces and dynamics, they've been about innovation, programming, computing, which has been fascinating because I came in with one perception and now actually I'm leaving with a very different view. So it's been a wonderful experience.